Every day there is the codes. One day might be missiles, one day it might be tanks, one day might be air. Today's is missiles. And then on the weekend, you have the rampage bosses where the same rules apply. So here's some things to keep in mind to try and score higher. You get 5 chances for attacks, only rewards for 3 of them. The other 2 chances you get are to try and score higher because you do get rewards for ranking higher. So if you can get within 50 to 100 or 101 to 500 or even higher, great. And here's a way you can do that. So today's is missiles. And I'm going to take my tanks are my biggest squad, my strongest squad. But I'm going to take my defenders off because for the codes, you don't need defenders. So the more attackers you can put in, the better you're going to be. And I'm going to put in Tesla as well as Stetman or Swift. And then I'm actually going to take out Stetman and put in Mason because Mason has a skill. I'll go show you for monsters specifically, where he boosts the back row tanks damage versus monsters. Now, this only applies to tank heroes. So if you put him in with an entire air squad, he's not going to give you the same boost. And now I'm going to go and put the best gear from the heroes I just took out onto the heroes that I put in to make sure that they are their strongest as possible. And because Mason does a boost, he will boost himself on the back row. I want to give him some really strong attacking gear, which are these 2. And then we'll get Teslas with the other. While the missiles will give 40%, if they're not as strong as some of your tanks, they still won't do as much. Or with Mason being on the back row, he'll boost. If you scout, you will also get an extra 1% boost. And if you are in season 2, asking your allies or your allies to get you up above 40 will give you an additional boost because right here it boosts your troops' morales, which increases your damage. But I'm not going to have them do that yet. I am at 20. So I'll get a little bit of a boost. Oh, nope, I won't get any right now. I'll be at 0, which is good. I'll show you the difference. And I will go. Now you can look back at the battle record to see what your highest damage was and what setup gave you that highest damage. So you can see here I had Tesla on the front, Swift, Mason, and then I actually have Murphy, I think his name is, in here because he gives everybody a boost. And then Kim because she's just damage galore. But you can see what setups you had before, and you can see there's quite a variance. I think about 40 million variance. And I got 170, which is, 30 less than this with the same setup. So sometimes it can be the gear you've done, the way you've set them up. So let's go open this one. They're in the same positions as last time, so it might be the difference of being heated up. So I'll do one now with being heated up and show you what that looks like. I'm going to pause this while I do that. Okay, so you can see I'm up to 49 now. So now I'm going to go hit the code, same setup, same gear, and we'll see what score I get. Okay, so I got quite a bit more with that heat up. So if we come in here and look at our battle record, that's now my new highest damage. And so what you can do is try to mess around with where your people are in their rank or their position in your squad. You can alternate their gear and see, like, you could try putting Mason's gear on Tesla and see if it does more damage with Tesla having a better one. You could put Stepman back in and take Murphy out and see if that does better. Marshall. It's Marshall. Murphy's this guy. But ways to experiment and see what gets you the highest scoring.